Hey everyone, I'm Alex Williams, and you're watching the weekly update for Funagain Games for the week of August 11th, 2017. Today we've got a pretty good list of pre-orders and a small amount of new games in stock, so let's go ahead and get started with the pre-orders. First up on pre-orders is Delve. This is a fantasy tile and dice game for 2 to 4 players from Indie Boards and Cards. Then we have The Master's Trials, which is a fantasy co-op board game for 1 to 4 players from AEG. Then Sakura Arms, a hand management deck building area control game for 2 players from AEG. We have Junta Las Cartas, a push your luck economical card game for 3 to 6 players from AEG. We have City of Spies Estoril 1942, which is a deck building area control game for 2 to 4 players from AEG. For Fireteam Zero, we have the Africa Cycle expansion, which adds monsters, missions, and gear to your game. We also have the Mission Generator Pack and the Team Competition Mission Pack for Fireteam Zero. We have Dungeons & Dragons Dragonfire, the deck building game. This is a cooperative card game for 3 to 6 players from Catalyst. And finally, we have Pandemic Legacy Season 2, both the black and yellow editions. This is a cooperative medicine and disease strategy game for 2 to 4 players from Z-Man Games. Alright, that is it for our pre-orders list this week. I do also want to talk about another pre-order that's been up for a little while now, but Gentes is the newest game from Spielworxx Games. This one is coming out in September. I have a copy here because I'm going to be shooting some how to play videos, an unboxing video, all that. You guys can tune in to our YouTube channel and Facebook next week to see all of that stuff. But it is up for pre-order right now. It is a limited number of copies, so make sure you go and do that. Let's go ahead and talk about new games in stock. Alright, so we don't have a big list of new games in stock, and for that reason I also wanted to kind of show these off. We just got in some copper-plated and aluminum-plated 6-sided dice from Chessex. These are pretty cool. Again, they're copper and aluminum-plated 6-sided dice. Available now at Funagain.com. Alright, so new games in stock. We have Fantasy Realms from WizKids. This plays in about 20 minutes for 3 to 6 players, and looks like it's got some pretty cool card art there. Alright, we also have from DV Gyoshi, I think I'm saying that right, Dark Tales Cinderella. This is an expansion for Dark Tales. Dark Tales plays in about 30 minutes for 2 to 4 players. I always love the art in these games. I've actually had a chance to play Dark Tales a few times, and love the artwork in this game. I believe we have another one up for pre-order. I can't remember right now which one it is, but there's already Dark Tales and Dark Tales Snow White. Oh, Little Mermaid is coming up, and it looks like it's got some pretty cool art in that one too. Alright, next up we have Glass Road. This is from Mayfair Games, excuse me. Plays in about 20 minutes per person and is for 1 to 4 players. Been waiting on this one for a little while to come in. Looks pretty cool. It's been pretty popular so far, but it is still available here at Funagain.com, so be sure to check that out. Alright, that is it for what's new in stock. Let's go ahead and talk about our top 5 bestsellers this week. At number 5, we have Codenames Pictures. At number 4, we have Rick and Morty Total Recall, the card game. Total Recall. We have Scythe Invaders from Afar at number 3. Yamatai is at number 2. And at number 1, we have Dice Forge. Alright guys, that is it for our top 5 bestsellers. Let's go ahead and talk about our new game of the week. Alright, our game of the week this week is Lobotomy. This is from Titan Forge Games, plays in about 60 or more minutes, depending on the scenario, and plays 1 to 6 players. You can play it solo, or you can play it with up to 5 friends. Once again, I've had the chance to play this one. Very fun, very cool, lots of great miniatures in this. It's not for everybody. It does have a pretty deep horror feel to it, but if you like monsters and you like that kind of thing, then it's definitely for you. It's going to be our game of the week for the next week, so you can get it for $75 instead of the $100 that it's normally at. Be sure to go check that out. I wanted to show you just one of the miniatures. I did an unboxing a little while back, so you can go check that out. But this is the Warden. This is a time tracker, actually, throughout the game. He's going to be walking around the mental ward, and once he gets to a certain point, then you have to fight him instead of the monsters that you were actually fighting to begin with. So it's a pretty cool mechanic to the game. Lots of fun, and there are a lot of great sculpts, great miniatures like that in the game. Alright, that is pretty much it for our update. I do want to tell you guys to please tune in next Wednesday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our next game night. We have a very special game night. We're going to be teaming up with Victory Point Games. We're going to be playing their new game Renegade, which is on Kickstarter right now. It actually ends the day after our game night. But be sure to tune in Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be playing this one, and we will be giving away a pledge. So you'll actually be able to get one of the Kickstarter copies for free. So be sure to check that out. Other than that, please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our weekly update. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.